9 o'clock here on the program. Just checking the time there behind me. All right, so now this is what we've been previewing. Let's talk about it. The IKA Culinary Olympics are the oldest and most prestigious global culinary competition. This competition aims to bring together chefs from all over the globe to show off their culinary skills. It takes place from the 22nd to the 25th of October 2016 in Erfurt, Germany. The Olympics will feature a total of 32 countries taking part, where they will be under scrutiny of thousands of spectators and international judges from around the world. So joining us in studio to talk about this, we've got Stephen Billingham. He's the president of the South African Chefs Association, as well as Olympic chef Trevor Boyd, who will be jetting off to take part in these Olympics. Guys, welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
So nice to have you in studio.
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, when we think about Olympics, we think about, these sporting activities where guys are trying to break Olympic records and all of these things. And now we've got the chefs going off to the Culinary Olympics. Talk to me about this. What is this all about?
Well, chefs, I must say, are athletes themselves. Yeah. If you look at their working routine and their regime and their fitness and their healthiness to endure the working conditions that they do. The Culinary Olympics was first done in, I think, the year 1900.
Sure.
There was about 4 teams competed in Frankfurt, Germany. And we're pleased to say that South Africa, as a long-distance destination, has in fact competed every 4 years in the Olympics since 1980.
That's fantastic. So we have competed every single 4 years. We've always been there. We've always been represented.
Very much so, yeah.
How have we done? I mean, how do we fare in terms of rankings?
We do relatively well. Look, we are a small country. We've got limited resources. We've got traveling is a huge issue for us, but we've ended in the top 10. We've won gold medals on numerous occasions, and we go out there with the South African fighting spirit, and we try our best every time we do compete. Yeah.
So this competition, obviously, you have to try and keep it authentic to the kind of foods that you'll get in the host country, or in the country that you come from. Yeah. What are the rules? What are we talking about?
Look, I think Trevor can talk more about the rules, but obviously we've got to reflect in the compilation of our 3-course menus and our other dishes and our cold platters and whatever. We've got to reflect the best of what South Africa has to offer from both its land and its seas. So tastefully and tactfully, without scaring the European judges, one would bring in flavours and products from South Africa's land and sea. Would you not say exactly, so, Trevor? Yeah. But not with an overkill, because if we were to go there and present some of our food items and some of our indigenous vegetables, it would confuse them.
Yeah.
Because these are seasoned judges, and they're European, Asian, American. They don't know about South Africa per se. So if you come in there with something that's very foreign to them, and you have to start explaining and discussing your dishes, it opens you up to negative marking, basically. So you've got to give them, they need to understand what they're eating, and they need to enjoy what they're eating. It's almost as simple as that.
I think what was quite fascinating, and I know that I've had the privilege of actually coming and being one of the first to taste what you guys are going to be doing, and that was such an experience. It was right at the beginning of this year, so you've had a lot of practice since then. But what I found so fascinating was that you guys actually have to bring in the products with you, or you have to be able to have access to it in Germany, where this is going to be taking place. So that's not necessarily very easy.
No, I mean the logistics behind the team, both the national team and the junior team, is considerable amount of work. And as far as I know, most of the product is being purchased now in Germany, because we're not allowed to ship anything across.
So you're not allowed to, obviously. I mean, that's global standards. I suppose you're not allowed to bring it in. But so you've got to be able to have access to it in Germany, whatever you have decided to cook, but still try and keep it authentically South African.
Yeah, so tomorrow afternoon, when we're in Germany, we're going to have to straight away head to the kitchen and look at our shopping lists and see what produce has arrived, if it's good enough for us, or we're going to have to go shopping ourselves again quickly. So
is there a possibility that you may have to change the menu a little bit?
There might be with the main course protein. We might have to change it to a different kind of game. We've been practicing with Springbok, but they've got a very good product called Rare, which is very similar to Springbok, and we've used it before in 2004. So we know how to work with it, and that's a good product. So,
and it's the same. Is it the same kind of taste?
Yeah, exactly. Same textures. It cooks the same. Everything's.
What is the menu? I mean, let's talk about this menu. What are we going there with?
We've got a 3-course menu. The starter is full of flavour. It's relatively simple looking, but it's flavour intense of note. So we're doing a poached crayfish. We're doing crab legs. We've got a kind of an acha on the plate.
There's a South African infusion coming in with a.
We're using a lot of curry leaves, curry oils. So we try and incorporate what we used to, but at the same time, it's a great sense to the flavors, or to the tongue, should I say. So it shouldn't confuse them. It should just be, wow, this is good.
Fantastic.
Main course, we're going with the springbok, which I suppose we will be using rare once we get there. We're going to sous vide it, cooking it in a bath at a nice regulated temperature. We're doing a potato dish. We've got some cabbage puree. So we're going with that whole almost German type of feel of sort of the sour cabbage with the game meat, and we've got some sweetbreads in, which we haven't used in ages. So we're doing a sweetbread parfait, which is unusual to us in South Africa. We don't do it often, but it's a great European standard. So maybe that will put us in good stead there.
And then the finale, because this still has me dreaming.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about that dessert. And I'm not the biggest dessert person, but there was something. You guys, you blew this one out the water.
I think, again, it's going to the flavor profile.
Yeah.
So it's quite simple looking, but once you start eating it as you have yourself,
it was amazing.
It's very fresh. It's very vibrant. It shows kind of skill that we have in our country, and it just shows of fresh produce, which is.
Remind us of the dessert. What is it?
It's flavors of raspberry and berries, done in many different ways, in jelly form, nougat, Turkish delight, mousse. So it's really just, it's basically a berry dessert.
Yeah, and a very, very nice dessert.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw that in. I mean,
did you bring one?
Yeah, listen here.
No,
what
sure.
kind of Olympic athletes
sorry about
do not
that.
bring
It was. You were supposed to bring
their trade with
It
them?
melted outside. It's so hot in here.
It's not right. I know. Tell me about it. This is what I deal with every day. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, what do you reckon our chances are? I mean, as we go in there, and you're cooking against the best of the best in the world. How do we look?
Well, I mean, the team's been at it for 4 years of practice.
Who is our team? I mean, are these well-known chefs, or are they more sort of up-and-coming chefs?
Well, Trevor, without insulting, Trev, who are you?
Look, what is good about our national team is there's no celebrities in the. Not that we have many celebrity chefs in our country, but we have well-known chefs in our country. So what we as a team are is a good team. So in 2008, when I last competed, we were a bunch of great guys together and ladies, and we worked very well together. So it's not always about the profile of the chef, it's how you work together as a team, because often chefs are egotistical, I suppose, to a point, and sometimes it's very difficult for them to get on with each other and to back their egos down a little bit for the good of the team. So it's very difficult to find the synergy together, the guys that want to work together. So that's what we are. We're a bunch of youngsters, except myself.
I think it must be noted that they've never claimed to be the best, all the celebrity chefs, but my goodness, are the most dedicated, committed to their cause and to their trade. It's unbelievable, thousands of hours of practice that goes in from each individual.
How many chefs are going along?
In the junior team, there are 6 competitors, and in the national team, there are 7. Yeah.
7. Okay,
Yeah.
so
it's a small team.
Well,
it's a small team.
Small team, but a big contingent going from South Africa participating in all of this. It's a big deal. I mean, what does it mean to the respective countries? Does it hold a lot of weight if you win something like this?
You link food and food standards into tourism, and mathematically these young chefs are ambassadors for South Africa and ambassadors for the food. And if you question people that exit South Africa and after the Big Five and the Mountain, etc., it's all about food. It's all about the quality of the food and, of course, service that's been delivered. And South Africa is very highly rated in the quality of its food. And we travel a lot, and we can agree that the produce in South Africa and the food standard South Africa, throughout its hotels and restaurants, is of a very, very high standard.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and I must say, you know, you get somewhere like, and I do emphasize Cape Town, because Cape Town seems to be becoming one of these culinary destinations in the world, that everybody wants to come here, book at restaurants before they arrive and go and eat.
We must say that Joburg is catching up. Johannesburg is catching up.
I hope so, and I do agree with you. I mean, I've eaten at a couple of places lately that have been fantastic and of an absolute world standard, and it's about time. I think Joburg catches up and very quickly, because you know you've got the guys coming through here. You want to capture that market, which is important. There's a theme going into all of this, and it's called, wait, let me get it. I mean, I'm telling you, you should be telling me, the bounty of the earth.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the theme.
Look. The theme would be for our cold table. There's two different sections of the competition, and one is what we like to call culinary arts. So you need to come up with some kind of a theme for your table, so that we can try and theme the food around it. So each guy has the major theme, and he needs to try and work his food into that. So we've got a whole bunch of gemstones that we've earmarked, nice colors, good stories behind the gemstones, and we just try and put our food through whatever food that we can that will fit into the colors, the scheme of what the description is of the gemstone. And you know, South Africa is wealthy in minerals, so we just thought it would be something nice to go to Europe with.
Yeah, that is so exciting, guys. We're wishing you the best of luck. Can we follow you? I know that you are on Twitter, and will there be live tweeting? I mean, how can we follow the event and see how you guys are doing? Any idea?
Well,
no,
from a Facebook point of view, you can follow Culinary Team South Africa.
Okay.
And then they do have Twitter links through that as well. So.
Okay, wonderful.
And of course the website.
Yeah.
And the website as well. So we can go to your Facebook page, Culinary Team South Africa, and the website. Would you have it?
www.saca.co.za.
Okay, saca.co.za. Brilliant, guys. Good luck. I wish you the best of luck. Please come and visit us. But will you bring me some food next time? I mean, what is this?
That dessert.
Yeah,
bring some medals and some dessert.
Yeah, some medals and dessert. Gold medals and gold dessert on a gold plate. Okay, can't wait. All the very best. That was Stephen Billingham and Trevor Boyd talking to us about the IKA Culinary Olympics. It's taking place in Erfurt, Germany. It's from the 22nd to the 25th of October. Our team is going, they're competing, and we wish them the best of luck. Let's take a break. We'll see you after this.
We have makeup, please, for Trevor. He's sweating here.